what can you tell us about the absorption rate of Greece in this field of the cohesion policy, and how do you manage to improve the absorption rate in Greece?
Well, first of all, thank you, Mr. Balaban, for the opportunity you give me to discuss very important issues. Actually, I would like to thank the Minister and the Ministry and Romania for the opportunity that they have given us to discuss about cohesion. We live in Europe that runs a single market, and the single market, in order to operate, it needs cohesion because it needs the regional convergence, and you cannot have regional convergence if you don't have the cohesion. So this is the issue that we've discussed today. And of course Greece, because we've undergone a financial crisis, and now our fiscal picture is showing how much we have progressed. We cannot afford to lose any European money, any European resources, so we proceed with high absorption. Greece is now between the first 5-6 countries, depending if we're talking about the RRP, the Recovery and Resilience Plan. We are first when it comes to absorption per GDP, but also we are within the first 4-5 countries when it comes down the payment request, but also with the partnership agreement, we are still in the first position, because we have learned that in order to succeed, we have to proceed with reforms, we have to cut down red tape, bureaucracy, and of course we have to be very careful in order to achieve the milestones and the targets to proceed with the payment requests, and we have done so, and we will continue to do so.
Thank you. Next questions. Where are the areas in which the funds from the cohesion policy have been directed? And if you can tell us what are main projects in this field?
Sure. Well, we have a strategy. Actually, this strategy started back in 2019 when we came into power. Kyriakos Mitsotakis became the Prime Minister. We have set 4 basic pillars, which is the digital transformation, the green transformation, skilling, upskilling, because we had undergone, as I said, the financial crisis, and our people, and we had the high unemployment, so we had to train our people to get back to work, and also to support SMEs, because through the crisis we had many SMEs that didn't have access to the banking system, so we had to support competitiveness. So these 4 pillars we actually utilized and through the European funding, supporting the green transition. So we have many projects in the green transition. Now Greece is producing approximately 50% of its energy through renewable energy, and it's a case study going through the digital transformation. We have now a country that is completely different from what it was back 6 years, and actually we run a very strong program to digitize and digitalize our economy, and that is how we have achieved better fiscal results, because we have fought tax evasion.
How has the cohesion policy contributed to reducing the regional disparity in Greece?
Cohesion policy is very important. Actually, cohesion is targeted towards reducing the disparity in the regions. As I said before, we need regional convergence, and in order to have regional convergence, we have to have the cohesion policy. What we have to do as politicians in Europe, we live in Europe, and Europe has a way of life. We have to provide this way of life to every citizen. We cannot have citizens with two-speed and citizens that have access to certain goods that other citizens don't have access to certain goods. So we have to work on that, and the cohesion policy actually supports the 13 regions. We have 13 regions in Greece, and we allocate the funds, so each region, according to the GDP, to improve through infrastructure projects, through projects that have to do with health, improving the hospitals, improving the schools. So we are doing that in order to upscale every function in every region by utilizing the proper way the European funds.
What are the priorities of the Greek government in the use of European funds, and what are the projects by which you select the project? What are the criteria for the project selection?
Well, as you know, there is new priorities in the European Union. For example, housing is something very important now. This is a European problem, that it's also a Greek problem. So with a mid-term review, the Commission now requests to reallocate approximately 10% of the funds from the partnership agreement towards priorities like defense, like housing, water management. It's very important. Water is becoming a significant problem now in Europe, and because of the climate crisis, it's becoming even more difficult, and also competitiveness. So through this, we're redirecting our funds in order to support these pillars, and I think this is the effort that will keep as we negotiate for the new MFF in order to redirect funds towards these priorities.
Regarding to the new MFF, what are the lessons that we can draw from the current programming exercise in order to have a more efficient use of funds in the next period? What should be changed or improved?
Well, things are running very fast. If we were to do this discussion about 3-4 years ago, I think we would be discussing different issues. First of all, we have artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence makes us believe that we know what the future holds for us, but we are not really know what the future holds for us. So it's parameters that we do not know exactly. But what we have learned is that we have to adjust our needs according to the times. The previous MFF did not have, for example, when it started, the very severe climatic crisis. We have damages that come at a very fast frequency that we didn't see before. For example, Greece experienced Daniel, a storm that has cost the economy approximately 3.5 billion euros. And there, I have to say that Slovenia underwent the same situation, and Europe had designed a solidarity fund before the intense of the climatic crisis that gave us actually, out of the 3.5 billion euros, only 100 million. So we had to redirect funds from the RRP and from the partnership agreement, and also to have the strength in our economy to support the people in the area. So what I'm saying and what we have learned is that we have to be proactive. We have to design according to our needs. For example, Romania might have different needs from what Greece has, but at the core of what we've learned is that cohesion must remain a connecting issue between all the programs, because cohesion is the basis on which we build competitiveness. We don't have cohesion, we don't have solidarity to the people, we cannot have competitiveness. So we cannot see cohesion and competitiveness as antagonists. We see that cohesion must be the template on which we can build the next day.
At the European level, there was a proposition regarding the merging of the cohesion funds with the agricultural subsidies. What is Greece's position regarding this idea?
Well, we don't like this idea. We believe that we should keep it separate. I think there's two different issues. And I think at the end we'll find a common landing ground. You see, in Europe, Europe has shown its solidarity. For example, we see that we saw that during COVID, Europe responded with the RRP. So we think we should keep on discussing. We are Europeans. We know how to resolve our problems, but we should keep this separate because they serve a separate purpose.
According to the Eurostat data, Greece recorded a budget surplus of 2.7 GDP in the second quarter of this year. What were the measures that you take in order to go from high deficit to budget surplus?
It is true. Greece is a case study in Europe. We were almost thrown out of Europe, but we came back strong, and we plan to stay this way. We do not repeat the mistakes that we did in the past. We are a reformist government. We like to be on the fiscal path. We like to, through the reforms, to enhance the capacity of the state, for example, to reduce tax evasion. And this is what we do through digitization and digitalization. So we truly, in 2025, will have a growth of 2.2%. Europe will not exceed 1%, and 2025, 2.2%. 2026 will have a growth of 2.4%. Again, will be more than double the European average. But what we believe is that we should keep the reformist picture that we have, the reformist effort that we do, and also we should continue building a country that creates a friendly, business-friendly environment. Greece now is attracting very big investments. Our FDIs have increased a lot, and I think we have changed the way that the investors were seeing us in the past, because we believe that through the investment, through the enterprises, through attracting business and businessmen in Greece and businesswomen in Greece, we will succeed in supporting our growth. Of course, we have reduced our unemployment. Now our employment is below 8%. We started back in 2019 at 18%. We want to continue. And of course, we would like to support our a decrease in the debt to GDP. Greece in 2030 will not be the country with a higher debt to GDP in Europe. We are decreasing. We have the fastest decrease, and we will continue this way.
Regarding what you said about the national debt, according to the estimates, this national debt is to decrease from 210 of the GDP up to 137.6. How will this be? This is a remarkable performance, but how will be achieved, this decrease in debt?
Well, as you know, we now in Europe have a fiscal structural plan which has, for example, expenditure ceiling. Now, all countries have to meet the expenditure ceiling. As you know, we have situations in countries like France that cannot meet the expenditure ceiling. Greece has met all the requirements of the new fiscal structural plan, and because of the primary surplus that turns into a surplus because we service our loans, then we can decrease our loans much more rapidly than any other state. And we plan to do like that. We have upgraded by Fitch just 3 days ago. Now we are at BBB, which is, if you see, we are getting, we are borrowing money with lower interest than many other European countries. And we believe that as we decrease our debt to GDP, as we support our growth, as we are decreasing our unemployment, we will be a country very attractive for investment. We are a stable government, we are a stable country. Geopolitically, we have great weather, and we have great employees. STEM talent that many investors and many businesses find in order to come and establish their business in Greece.